I'm Clare Crowther of Toastmasters International. Let me share with you some stories and some facts that illustrate the appropriateness of our strapline, where leaders are made. First, 3 notable leaders who will corroborate this statement: Phil Crosby, James Lovell and Chris Matthews. Philip Crosby is widely recognised as one of the fathers of quality, particularly total quality management. And his book, Quality is Free, is well renowned for expounding the virtues of zero tolerance for defects. In it, he advocates that it is far less expensive to get things right first time than it is to repair or rework. He is widely credited with bringing the Japanese industrial quality standards to the West. Philip Crosby, Toastmasters alumni, a leader in his own field. James Lovell, astronaut. He has a number of records. He was the first person to go into space 4 times. He was the first person to command a module that did a lunar orbit. He was also the commander of Apollo 13. On the 13th of July 1970, those immortal words, "Houston, we've had a problem." In the 1995 movie of the same name, those words were changed to "Houston, we have a problem." Artistic license, I guess. If ever a mission needed the leadership skill of innovation, Apollo 13 was it. James Lovell, Toastmaster alumni, commander, a leader in his field. Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews was a newspaper and video journalist. For 13 years, he was chief of the bureau in Washington for the San Francisco paper. Chris said of Toastmasters, and I'll quote you directly, "Toastmasters changed my life. They really did. They put me on the stage. I don't know what I would have done without that positive boost." Chris Matthews, Toastmasters alumni, a chief, a leader in his field. We can all recognise these 3 as leaders: the quintessential quality guru, the astronomical astronaut, and the journeying journalist. However, what is a leader? The CIPD, that's the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, defines a leader to be someone with the capacity to influence people by means of personal attributes and or behaviours to achieve a common goal. The CIPD goes on to comment, and this is very relevant, more organisations today expect not only junior and middle managers but also employees without managerial responsibilities to act as leaders. So leadership is not a trait limited by a particular job title. 2 key attributes of a good leader are listening and the ability to give effective feedback. Let's look at one of the roles within a Toastmaster meeting, the evaluator. One of our distinguished Toastmasters, and distinguished Toastmaster is the highest accolade in Toastmasters International. One of our distinguished Toastmasters, one Michael J. Clark, describes the evaluator role as the powerhouse of Toastmasters. This power is twofold. For not only does the speaker receive valuable feedback from which they can grow and learn, the evaluator is experiencing listening and giving feedback, 2 great leadership skills. There are over 313,000 Toastmasters worldwide. They're all aspiring leaders and leaders in their own field, whether that's in business, at home or in the community. Toastmasters International, where leaders are made. We now have some time for a few questions. Could I ask that we limit it to one question each in fairness to others and to restrict the time? So, who has the first question? Paul?
Clare, Paul from the Daily Slum. I'd like to ask you about, you gave good examples of successful people, but what's in it for ordinary people? I mean, someone coming off the street, for example, how could Toastmasters help them?
Clearly it depends what they're looking for. It can be confidence in speaking. It can also be getting very valuable skills if they want to go into a leadership role. Thank you, Paul. Who has the next question?
Some people say leaders are born. Do you agree with this statement?
I believe some people have more of a natural ability to be a leader than others, but those skills can be learned if we have the interest in doing so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Paul Smallwood, how has Toastmasters International helped you in your personal life?
In my personal life, not so much. It's more been in the business life, I must say, and being more confident on the stage. Thank you, Paul.
Michael J. Clark from my old blog. We all know that most people come to Toastmasters to get better at speaking, so why would we have a strapline that doesn't mention that but says about leaders?
A number of reasons. Let's go for the one for now. Good communicators can become effective leaders, and the leadership part of Toastmasters gives a lot of opportunities for people to be on their feet. As a trainer of speakers, I believe that time on your feet is the best thing to give you confidence speaking. So, Josie?
Hi, Josie. Would you say that a person can make it as a leader without attending any Toastmaster meetings?
Yes, they can. What's the next question?
You've given some examples of leaders who have also been members of Toastmasters, but do you have any evidence to corroborate the claim that it was their membership of Toastmasters that made them leaders?
The empirical evidence only, but also, as you heard, Chris Matthews very much attributes his success to Toastmasters, so it's from that sort of evidence. Steve, did you have a question?
No, sorry. There are different types of leaders. For example, servant leadership, dictatorial leadership, so on and so on. Which one is your favorite leadership style?
Very good question. My favourite leadership style is where a leader will listen to the people that they're leading. Can I give you an example of somebody I really rate, which is Richard Branson, because he genuinely does listen to his employees and people run in his businesses and takes feedback. So I like a leader who listens to people.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all we have time for today. Can I say any of you who would like to come along to Hull Speakers are very welcome. Just come and see me afterwards. Toastmasters International, where speakers are made. Thank you.